rights and necessities for life. A benefit to all of us, I wonder and delight. Within this smelly weed, there's more than meets the eye. So much more than smoking, it can cleanse our dirty skies. Cannabis, cannabis, will save the planet with cannabis. Cannabis, cannabis, oh bless my soul, I'm sure. Cannabis, cannabis, will save the planet with cannabis. Cannabis, cannabis, not knocking on the heaven door. Even Prince Charlie has a high regard for weed.
Oh, listen to that tune. We're back on air, right? Here's the Steve coming from Casper's Time for Hemp. I am so pleased to be back on air again. Tonight, I've got two of my favourite friends. Dr. Beth, hello, I've so missed you. And Mr. Muse, I've so missed you. And Casper's on the other end, doing the right thing, putting us all together. Good evening, world. Good evening, globe. Time for Hemp is here.
Good evening, Steve. Good evening, Casper. Good evening, world. We're just so happy to be back. Steve, it feels like, with you and Casper and Muse and I, it feels like a family reunion.
Oh, isn't it just, you know, I can't wait to put my arms around you.
Yeah, a big group hug.
Big group hug, yeah.
Steve, tell us what's going on. There's so much going on with you. Tell us.
I don't, oh, Beth, my life is just, it's a dream come true, I think. It's over a year ago since we've been on air. I've been to Jamaica, I've been to Romania, I've been to Slovenia, I've been working for the plant. I've not been working with the plant, I've been working for her. And my life has changed so much, and my physical, I've got so much to tell people. I'm like bubbling, I'm like champagne that just fucking bubbles keep rising, yeah. And all I can say is that I think everybody that's ever known me and everybody that's ever spoken to me and everybody that's ever heard me knows how much respect I've got for the plant. But in the last few months, and since Jamaica and meeting my friend over there, Mr. Blacker, a proper Rasta man that lived in the hills, he even lived naked once for 10 years, just living on plant and herb, and I spent time with him, and all I can say, this plant is fucking amazing, yeah. It's more than what any of us understand, yeah. And it's back, it's here, it's working. He's doing things.
All that knowledge that we had at one time, we're either going to have to dig it out of the archives, dig it from our files, talk to those elders who know those old ways.
Yeah, well, I'm actually sitting in Transylvania. Can you believe it? I really am talking to you tonight. I'm really in the capital of Transylvania. And Transylvania is, to me, one of the best places that ancient hemp has been grown for centuries. This is where it met the one from India. This is where it met the one from South America. And I'm working with farmers that, you know, they learn it from their father, they learn it from their grandfather, they learn it from their... It's never stopped. I'm not talking centuries. It's been here forever, yeah? And the way these guys do it, and the peasant farmers, and oh my God, it's like, I was in the Amali Mountains once when I was a young man, sitting on top of fucking the mountain smoking fucking ganja with fucking sadhu people, and that blew my mind. But at the moment, working with agriculture, or what we call it's cannabis is cannabis, working with cannabis, seeing how it's done is like, fucking hell, man, it's like, you can't believe it. And what it does is the power of it, yeah? Not just its building, not just its fibre. And everybody, this medical marijuana is like blowing everybody away. I mean, it saved my life, yeah? It really, you know, it saved my life. I was dead, 48 hours away from dead. And now I'm like, I'm not trying to be an old man being a young man, but I'm like fucking jumping around and running up mountains and fucking, I watched this film, I don't know if you've seen it, they've done a new film, and that Ralph guy from Israel, and there's one bit where they're talking about bone regrowth, yeah? And I smashed my arm up when I was 19 on a bad motorcycle accident, right? And it was like pretty fucked. I mean, I've got used to using it. It's going back, it's working. It's like, people think I'm mad, but I'm living it. I'm seeing it happen to my own body, yeah?
You are. And Steve, you're in Transylvania. You were before that. You've been traveling all over. If we could just bring you to the Seattle area and have you see other patients, other people, and listeners, I want you to let you know that Steve and I and Muse, we're all about the same age. We're in our late 50s, early 60s. Steve, if you would be with other canna people, especially in the Seattle, and I'm sure Casper's going to say the same thing about the Portland area, when you're with people who have been using cannabis like we have for many decades, you feel better, you look better, you go to events. Hemp Fest is this weekend. You'll see very young looking and healthy seniors. And I do believe it's cannabis is why. You're just...
I can't, look, listen, Beth, Dr. Beth, I respect you so much. The word senior goes out the window. It's like you're not a senior. You remember that bit in life where you look back and you think, I wish I knew what I knew now, but when I was 20 or 30 or whatever, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's like that.
We sing that song
about
we
that.
sing
Did anybody ever see that film? I've seen the Steven Spielberg film where there was an old age home and they started kicking cans about and they were taking something and they all got younger. It's like that.
Oh,
It's not me trying to be younger.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
I saw my boy in Hastings not long ago. My boy's not half fit, yeah? And all of a sudden, I run across the hill and I run up it and I run down it. And I don't go training every morning jogging. I just felt like doing it and I could and I did it. And I do things like that all the time, yeah? It's not senior. It's like having your body back, and I'm watching my body being rebuilt from injuries that I had. I'm nearly 60. I'm 58. My arm, I done that at 19.
Yes.
It's come back. I've got movement back in it. It's not. That's not senior. I don't know to say that I'm a young man because I'm not.
What we say that's right. What we say to seniors is because you're using the cannabis, and Dr. Meshulam's got a very good video out there on YouTube about this, how it strengthens your bones. It helps stimulate bone growth.
They say that. Let me rebuild them.
That's right. So if you have osteoporosis and you're getting that once a year pill,
sorry, I got so excited I lost my headphones.
I know, but
it doesn't strengthen me rebuilt, and my arm is being rebuilt.
Yes.
He's taking away the old bone growth, the osteoporosis. He's taking it away, and he's built new and because he's got DNA structure, he's building it like it should have been 30 years ago. Honestly, I'm not crazy. You take me to a doctor and they're freaking out at the moment when doctors see me because it's not right what happened. I was a trained medic. And I know Moose, it's not right what's happening, Moose. It's not just like helping it. It rebuilds you.
Yeah.
It rebuilds.
It rebuilds you.
Speaking of doctors, Steve, do you have any interesting doctor stories in Transylvania? How are they receiving? They must be using hemp in their practices over there.
No. They're totally fearful of it, and it's legal here. It's unbelievable. We've almost been thrown out of the hospital. They told us not to come back, and oh man, I can't. I don't even want to go into that story. The problem. I mean, the mother's sitting next to me. I mean, would you like to talk a little bit, please, Steve?
When you're ready, tell the story. We want listeners all around the world. You need to hear this story. It's not a study. It's a case study. It's one individual.
The mother's sitting next to me.
That's right.
You go ahead. Can I say a little bit, Dee? Can I say a little bit what happened? Go
right ahead. Tell the story.
Right. A little girl, she was 4.5 years old, right? and she got diagnosed with leukemia, yeah, and it was everywhere, or that neoblastoma, right, horrible, right. Now the mother trusted me, right, because I've done a little bit of work with her before, and she phoned me up. She said, "Steve, my daughter's got leukemia. Can you come and help me?" And I literally, anyway, I got here, and we done it, and I managed to get some of this stuff inside of her before they started it. Yeah, before they started the cancer treatment, the horrible stuff. Right. Anyway, right, I know it helped. Right, Anyway, like 3 days later, all her blood, and I read bloods because I had hepatitis C, so I know about it. I'm an ex-medic and all that. Yeah. Anyway, after about 3 days, her blood started going very normal, and then after 7 days, it went totally normal. But they carried on with the chemotherapy. The family were a bit worried and stuff, right? And I can understand that. I was saying, well, look, the results that you're going to come back with at the end of the 30 days, so you're going to have cancer in it because the chemo causes cancer, right? Because they were saying, well, we want 0, 0. And I said, well, you're not going to get that. That's impossible. Anyway, honestly, I had to keep reading the reports. After the 30 days, and they've been giving chemotherapy to her, all the bloods were in the total middle range. The ones that were doing too high come down to the ones that were too low come up. And the C count was 0. 0. Right? Now, I know you, Dr. Beth, got a copy of these. You got a copy of these medical reports.
I saw the medical records and went over them as a trauma specialist. And you're right. Everything was within normal parameters on our laboratory.
Oh, thank you. Please, can you tell me more, Mr. Muse? Because you're the first person that's given me feedback on that. You've looked through them as a professional. What do you make of them?
It's a standard lab result. It's not as thorough and all-encompassing as I'd like to see. I'd like to see the background records, but the laboratory that was taken after the treatment regimen that was provided for the hemp treatment, it was clean. I mean, there was nothing, not one measurement that they take that was outside of normal parameters. So.
Oh my God. Thank you, Mr. Muse. I'm crying my eyes out because I've been sending that information out. Nobody's given me professional feedback yet.
Yeah.
You're the first person to give me, and I thought that's what they were saying.
Actually, state that all of every measurement that I saw on that PDF was within normal standards.
And you wouldn't get that after 30 days of chemo, would you?
You would expect to see actually the opposite because it's poison and it's killing you.
It is. Steve, got a question. What happened when that report came back? I mean, how are the doctors receiving you on that? What did they do?
I can't tell you, Beth. I can't speak about it.
Didn't they shove you out the door? I mean, was that
something like that? Just take it that. Yeah, it wasn't that they jumped up and down. Well, I can't talk about it, but you've got some copies of those in your hands, haven't you? And Casper has as well, and Dr. Bob Melameda has, and right. Those copies
it's fair to say that the doctors were not receptive to...
I can't talk about it. Please leave it alone. As I said, you've looked at those. They are official documents, and we even have wet copies of those, right?
That's right.
We have wet copies of those. So they're not falsified in any way, in any shape or any form. You have copies of them, and thank you for giving me your professional feedback on that, because I saw those, and I believe what I saw there. That's impossible. That if they're given chemo, you can't get results like that. Yeah, and all I can say is that was made out of agricultural hemp. The medicine that we gave was made out of agricultural hemp and water. All right.
Steve, let me have you take a breath there and just take a breath.
I can't. Those were based on something that I made out of the farm, not very far from where I'm living, and that's about 2% THC, and I cooked it all with water. Right? No, there's no science in that. It's simple, and then you just confirm what I thought, and I thank you for that. And I can't catch a breath, Beth, and I think I've got to finish the show because. That means that what we've done here is absolutely amazing. And by the way, we sent some samples up to a lab in Colorado, and we're hoping that the results match what we've done on what you've seen on the medical reports, because we don't know what's going to come back from that lab result, but we know that it's very pure and it's only made with water. All right, water. Yeah,
Steve,
no chemicals or nothing.
Steve,
If that's what
take a breath. Just take a breath, listeners. We will send you the file that Steve has. Just email us at seniormedicalcannabis@gmail.com, and you will be sending it via Dropbox. It's just, if that's okay with Steve.
I've got to buy in. You can't quite release those at the moment, please.
Okay, all right. Then
you've all got me safe keeping.
Okay,
right?
then what you
can't
do
quite
is,
make them public. Yeah, because we're under a very political problem at the moment.
Then listeners, if you send us an email, what we'll do is get you on the mailing list, and when Steve can release that, then we will. But it's important that if you're interested in that, send it to us at seniormedicalcannabis@gmail.com, and we will create the folder. So when Steve can, we can automatically send it to all of you.
And remember, that's made from an agricultural hemp crop that's totally legal all around the world. And I respect the work that Mr. Muse has done indoors with all the lights and the problems they've been through. But at the end of the day, I think you're going to find that it's agricultural hemp that can make results happen like that. Yeah, and we hope to show the world. And we're going to show the world through Casper on Time for Hemp, because...
You know what? It's the same plant, and we all love that plant, and
we all love that.
We've had a lifelong affair with it. I would like to say this, Steve. This is a very touching story, and I know you can't release all the information yet, but you will when you can. And I would like to ask that when you're able, that you send me some of the preceding records so that I can see how bad it was to compare it to the...
Absolutely, of course. I do believe we have those as well. Yeah.
And I'd like you to speak to the issue of all of the CBD oils showing up on classified ads on eBay, on Craigslist. This is not the same as what
you're producing.
No. That's an extraction. This is an infusion, come from a seed, come from a total plant. Yeah. CBD extraction is something else. You can take CBD from a rhododendron plant. In fact, you can get better CBD.
Before, and that's for our patients at Senior Medical Cannabis. Can you simplify that? Can you explain why these people that are selling oil on the internet for cheap are selling a different...
Well, again, can I go back to something, Mr. Muse, because you understand as a medic about milligrams and mils, yeah? And if you look at some of these people, they're very confusing about mils and milligrams, yeah? Now, 1 mil, as far as I remember from my medical training, is 1,000 milligrams. And some of these CBD oils are 168 milligrams, yeah? Now, CBD, when it's taken from a fully extracted plant, right, you're having 4% CBD, yeah? It's not measured in milligrams. It's come from the plant. What they're doing is taking a plant and extracting something. Now, CBD, as far as I know, certainly one of the best plants to take CBD from is not the cannabis plant, not the cannabis hemp plant, not the sativa plant. It's from a rhododendron.
Really?
Yeah? I believe there's 32 other plants that are quite local, like flax and other plants, that contain CBD. Now, as we all know, CBD in itself is most probably a very interesting property molecule to look at. But it's not just the CBD, it's the way the CBD works in this cascade effect with all the other properties that the plant has, the CBDA. So what we've got is a full plant infusion.
Right. So we're looking at a full plant approach and the entourage effect that you get from it. Is that
That's exactly it. I think so. Yeah,
I agree with that. And frankly, we're looking into roots right now, and we have a friend who told us about some water effects that we're working on. So, oh wait, that was you, wasn't it?
Yes, it's always you, listeners. When I have a question, I go to Steve. That is what it's all about. It really is. Now, tell me, of all the places that you have been, you were in Jamaica, you were in all these places. Tell us how they've embraced the cannabis, the power of the plant. Tell us about Blacker? Mr. Blacker, if you're listening to this, I so can't wait to meet you. The same way I just love Tony Macaroni's new song. I loved it. So both of you, I someday so want to meet. Steve, tell us what people are doing around the world.
Jamaica was very interesting because I'd come to a point in my life where oh my God, nothing was working. The politics wasn't listening. All the energy like Casper was putting in, the work that you two were putting in. I thought, I'll go to Jamaica. I had an offer to go to Jamaica, and I thought, well, if I can't make a Rasta understand about what I know, then I'll just give up. I'm obviously just completely fruitcake. Anyway, so I met a guy, his name's Mr. Blacker, and I've lived with shamans before, right? I'm not going to call Mr. Blacker a shaman. He's a true Jah Rastafarian. And also that, in some cultures, that makes him a shaman because he knows the way plants grow. Anyway, I met up with him and he took me up his, you won't believe where we lived. I'm basically sleeping on the floor, and we argued all the time because I'm white, he was black, and we had different ways. And anyway, but we found out every time we talked about ganja, we got on. And I must admit, the man taught me so much about this plant. But the thing is, I taught him stuff too. And it was a very big surprise one night that we realised that we both know a lot about the plant. And anyway, I've got so much respect for the man. Honestly, he taught me so much, and he taught me to stand up. And he also said, I didn't go to Jamaica to be a Rastafarian, by the way, right? But Mr. Blacker said, well, you are a Rastafarian, and I can understand that now, and I'm proud of that. I am a Rastafarian, yeah. I'm a broad-head Rastafarian working on the behalf of the plant. And since I met Mr. Blacker, he gave me the belief, yeah, to really understand and really stand up for my plant, yeah. Right, and I'm an Irish art, and I can talk that way, and I love Jamaica, and I love the people of Jamaica, and I love the way that the real true Rastafarian art has kept this thing going, yeah. And I'm so pleased that I can go back there and stand my own in that country because. But again, when it all became legal, I mean, I went to meetings, and I was at one meeting where these intelligent people were talking about ganja being free and how they were talking about putting it in a greenhouse. And I said, why? And they said, well, to keep all the bugs out and the worms out. And I just sat there and I thought, oh my God, it's 81 degrees, you're going to have to spend fortunes on keeping the fucking greenhouse. And another guy was saying he's going to put a barbed wire fence, and I said, why? He said, stop people stealing it. And I said, well, you best go and get like gun towers and that. And I know the next week he'd phoned up a Canadian company, and they had drones. He was going to put drones over his land and ganja groves. And they seem to have made a plant that was free, and the Rastafarian people have kept it free. That all of a sudden the politics got involved and they made it more illegal now than it was before. It's fucking ridiculous, but that's Jamaica, and I mean, I love Jamaica because Jamaica's free, and Jamaica will work this out, and they do grow some fucking good high-grade ganja over there. You get up in the morning with a spliff in your mouth and nobody look you strange, yeah. I actually got told off in Jamaica twice for not putting enough weed in my fucking spliff. Can you believe that? Twice. For not putting enough in.
I like that. And what did he say? Share with us what he would say when you would put the spliff into the air.
Oh, man. That's proper irony, right? Right, now listen, this is a man that lived naked in the hills defending the plant, living off the plant and living off the things that fell out of trees, right? And a proper Irish man. And we were sitting on the hill one night with no light pollution, with no heads full of fucking sweet ganja, yeah, if you like. Yeah? But with men like me and him, it makes us sensible, yeah, not weird. but to other people it's weird conversation. And he was telling me about why they smoke, because really they're purifying the air, you see, because THC crystal is a magic crystal, right? And it is a magic crystal. This is where it goes very airy, where maybe us white people or us people that lived in houses and all that don't quite understand it, and where I sound a bit mad. But you see, it's a real crystal, right? And it's got an intelligence, it's an intelligent being, and it's been here for it's been on planet Earth for 600 million years. It floats around the universe. I think even NASA said they just found a meteorite with THC on it. So he was telling me in this airy way, and we've been smoking good ganja all day, so it makes your brain very open, yeah. And we're on top of it all with fucking food, banana tree and coconut tree and everything all around us. And you're saying they smoke it because when they're breathing it out, they're purifying the fucking atmosphere. They're actually, they don't want to get stoned. It's not because they want to get airy. It's not because they actually know that they're working. Their lungs, the way that their body has been designed to work with the plant. This is their job, to breathe this fucking purity of ganja, this purity of hemp, this purity of marijuana, whatever name you want to give it, because every culture's got a name for it, yeah? Right. They're breathing it in and taking it through the body and transmuting it to breathe it out so it keeps our atmosphere alive.
Well, you know, Steve, I'm sorry. I still got a little caught up on that idea of CBD astronauts. I kind of like that.
Absolutely. You know, we were speaking with Dr. Ellen Frankel when he came up to Seattle a few weeks ago and presented on dosing. And he gave some very, very interesting ranges on what was needed between what parts of health were affected with different levels of CDBs, all the way up to the high pain for the THC. And what
I'm going to be very naughty, then. I'm going to be really naughty. The little girl that I can't talk too much about. Basically, I put, oh my God, I put 10 kilo. I'll put 10 kilo in her in 30 days.
You know? That maybe, but we don't know. And if one works and one is safe for someone to start low and slow, that's okay. And if she, and your way and the way that you're discovering, if it cures, go for it. Amen. Because if it all works in the end, and if you have time, it says she didn't have time for low and slow, did she?
Nobody has time for low, and you don't need low and slow, right? I didn't have a balance. All I know is the man sent me 10 kilo. I mashed that down into 100 gram. I reduced that 100 gram into 50 gram, and we pushed that 50 gram inside of her body in 30 days, right? And in 30 days, everything, as Mr. Muse has just said, he looks at the medical reports, it's normal. Now, I don't want to be too biblical here, and I'm not. I am a religious man, but I'm not a Christian man, if you understand what I mean. Now, Mr. Jesus, we've used some of his recipe, by the way. I've grabbed hold of his recipe, so we put some frankincense and myrrh and all that shit in it, right? Now, listen, that Mr. Jesus Christ, he can cure people in a day. Right? Now, I actually believe if you make the right concentrate of this, because I believe that the first 3 days, the blood results have come back and proven that she was already cured. I actually believe, and I know this is so far out there that people think I'm fucking crazy, I think you can actually put enough inside of somebody's body that this stuff will instantly take away any poison that's inside of it. Call it what you want, leukemia or epilepsy. Because you
as well.
You are made of it. You are made of it. You got to understand you are made of it. Yeah, you come from this plant. It can't hurt you. And if it's cooked down without alcohols and chemicals, if it's cooked in hydrogen is sun. The power of sun is hydrogen. If you work this plant with hydrogen, what you're doing, all you're doing is giving life. How can life kill you? Life can only give you life. Take life, water, air.
Considering that you know there's no toxic level found for cannabis, I think that kind of an approach where you just slam it with as much CBD medications as possible, it's intriguing, and it looks like you made some progress there, Steve. That's really nice to hear.
We're so happy for the family, and I want to do a thank you, a sincere, heartfelt thank you to the person that gave you that medicine. Whoever you are, thank you. You saved so many lives, both directly and indirectly. Steve, what information and our new classes that are going to be taking place at Choice Wellness Center in Seattle on September 26th is our first one for seniors. What do you want to share with them about these classes? We're going to be teaching seniors, moving them from gardeners to growers and sharing information like you have. What do you want to say to them?
Oh, just grow it and take it, juice it, make it, put it inside your body, it'll make you new. What are you waiting for? Have a new life.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love
You
it.
enjoyed your old life, have a new life.
That's right. That's right. Because in Washington, you can legally, without being on a list, I know this is insane, you can grow 4 plants per person. If you want
but let's go back again. Can you grow hemp plants? Is there any registration on growing some hemp plants in your garden? Because
well,
it don't need to be high THC.
No, it does not. But in every case that we can teach them to help them to grow, to make their medicine, to make their salves, to do all those wonderful things if they have to be in that kind of environment. And we really want seniors to know that they don't have to rely on pharma. And you and I will agree on that. The less pharma, if not at all, that you can use.
Change P to an F. I hate to be British, and I don't spell very well, but just change the P to an F. You got farmer. Be a farmer. Farm your fucking life.
We love it. We love it. Now, I want a geography overview. What is Transylvania like?
and first,
oh man, I lived in a village where the milk turned up with the cow.
Yay! Yay!
Oh man,
it sounds like heaven.
It's untouched, it's natural, it's fucking. Oh, they don't know what they got here, and they run around and
vampires. Then I can ignore that.
Oh, I live 2 hours away. It's Dracula's fucking castle. Man.
Well, I'm so happy that you have been in bread baskets of health. You were in Jamaica. You're here. You're in Transylvania. You are in environments where the air is pure and the land is pure.
Pure, man. Pure as fucking driven snow. Pure.
Oh.
They've never had a chemical on it. I went into a supermarket place thing, right? I cried because there was all these stores there with local people selling their local produce, and there was no thing about organic or GMO because you could. Well, if you wanted to buy GMO non-organic, you'd have to go to some specialist store because it's.
Now that we love.
Oh man, I'll let you into another secret, right? I've not drunk any alcohol in about 5 years, but I used to work in viniculture and organic wines, right? And they've got some like local champagne here, which is made in the proper champagne way, and it's not even $3 a bottle, and it's made properly. And I've been having a little bottle here and there because I know how much work a man has to put into making the stuff. It's Bacchus. And it's lovely. It's like fucking sugar water. Yeah, it's just bubbles. Yeah. Everything here is fucking lovely, man. It's fucking untouched. Yeah. It was 20 years ago. They used to turn the lights off here at 10 o'clock at night. The government. Yeah. Seriously, man. And before that, they were owned by Russia. And before that, they were owned by the Nazis. And before, oh man, these people don't know what they got. Yeah.
And they were just left alone.
They were just left alone, and they're not part of NATO, but they're part of Warsaw Pact. They're part of Europe, but they're not part of Europe. Yeah, all these, and they got. I'm surrounded everywhere. Grows hemp here.
You know, it doesn't sound like you're intending on leaving anytime soon.
Oh, well, because the winter here is severe, mate. I'm off to Jamaica in November. I'm going to see you in Jamaica in November. I'm going to get you there. Yeah,
from your lips to can of God's ears. Oh,
I can't stay here in winter. It's too cold. I'm here for the crop. the crop lost me, but and the summers here are lovely, man. Our blue skies. You know, the temperature was 82 today. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. All right, now all your cannabis friends, Mr. Cannabis, and everybody's doing okay, and Jack Russell is everybody's doing okay, because listeners want to know on your friends that have been coming in for the last year.
Oh, hey, where's Casper? Come on, Casper, put some words in, man. I love talking to you.
All right. I just don't normally do so because it's not my show. But hello.
Hey,
but
Casper.
we miss you, Casper. Days.
We're going to see you at Hemp Fest, Casper.
Yeah, I'm a guest speaker up there again this year.
Yeah, we'll probably see you backstage, but did they ever hook you up with a ride?
Excuse me, don't go backstage with Casper.
All right.
Okay.
Unless you got a VIP pass, I've got one.
All right. Steve, what do you see as your next innovation, your next relevation? Just what will be next? Perfecting it, improving it, making it available to a wider audience.
Yeah, man.
Your medicine is on eBay. Tell us about it again.
Like, there's some really nice CBD oil that we had our own website, but PayPal shut us down. They refused to take payment, even though it was legal.
The difference between all that other oil that they're seeing on there?
Oh, no, I can't because it's too technical. I don't want to get involved in that tonight. Sorry. Yeah.
That's all right. And listeners, it is the middle of the night for Steve, literally.
No, it's just such a long and involved conversation, right? Do your own homework. All the information's out there, yeah. Just have a look what's on site. I mean, we went on PayPal. We put a website up. People got. I'm lucky. There's people will put me down all the time, right? People call me murderers. I've got people out there doing all sorts of shit. But a lot of people know me and respect me, right? They know that I'm doing what I do, yeah.
Well, is it safe to say that the oil that you're selling now is different than what?
Yeah, much different. And the word selling, I mean, basically we're trying to give it away. Yeah. Obviously, it's cost involved in everything that we do, but we're trying to give it away. If you compare it to the CBD oils, like the Dixie and all that shit and the Canaway stuff, I think they work out about £100 a gram, and ours works out £1 a gram. Or $1 a gram at $100, right? And ours is real stuff, theirs is a funny stuff, right? I'm not trying to knock them, but it's just different. Ours is natural, theirs is not natural. Ours it's cheaper, all right? And it works and it's natural. And you're supporting local farmers that are growing it in the ground, where maybe on the other companies you're supporting people that got big houses and cars, and that's all they're interested in, maybe. Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it, all right? And let's leave it at that, yeah, because otherwise it's very long and complicated. So we got some oil, and we're selling it on eBay. We had our own little website, but PayPal decided that we was trying to sell something else, yeah? Trust it, yeah? Because my name's behind it, and if any man ever wants to meet me to have complaint on me, I'm there to face him, right? Trust me, that's a good oil, and we're going to do something else, and we're waiting for a lab report to come back, and we'll have that in 48 hours, and then we'll show you something else that can be done with the plant too, yeah? But just use the plant, just take the plant, yeah? Grow the plant, and then she'll look after you, because she is what she is, she's your mother, yeah?
That's right. And listeners, you can go to our Facebook site or email us. As I said, it's Senior Medical Cannabis is our Facebook site, and seniormedicalcannabis@gmail.com, either place. And if you cannot find the link for Steve's CBD oil, you will have it posted for you, so you will just be able to click and go right there. What I love about it, Steve, it is from the pure earth. It is not from
it's from the pure earth. That's it. And all the people that have been involved in it are not trying to rob your money or nothing like that. Yeah, we just want you to be well. We want you to be like us. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's all we want, you know. If we gave it to you £1, we would. Honestly, if tomorrow some man give me 10 billion, I'll give it to you for free. Yeah, I don't need money. I just want you people to understand that cannabis is it's not a way of life. It is life. Yeah.
Absolutely. And this is available to those in America. This is legal CBD.
Yeah.
You can buy
Yeah.
hemp oil
Yeah.
anywhere,
Yeah.
but this is the pure.
Yeah. Oh, we made it
So
post-free
you-
as well, so you can order it anywhere because we're paid the postage, right? Don't worry about that. Even if it costs us everything to send it to you, as I say, we just want you to have it, yeah?
That's
Honestly.
For
Yeah.
athletes, Steve, you've always said take a teaspoon of hemp seed oil
Yeah.
before I go on my runs. You know that it helps to ease you up and get you just warmed up easy.
Oh, it's omega-3, omega-6, omega-9. It's all the proteins, all the vitamins, and all the trace elements. It's food for life, hemp seed. Yeah. And when you start mixing it with the other parts of the plant, you're made of it. What can I say? I mean, I know most probably to a lot of your listeners because they've been in a different life. I sound a bit crazy, but you're made from this stuff. So surely once you understand you're made from it, if you put what you're made from inside your body, it gives you life. And Dr. Pepper tell you, or you can go on any of my websites, I was a dead man. I was really dead. My liver had given up and I had hepatitis C and I had arthritis and all sorts of things, right? And I'm not trying to tell you some big story, right? All I'm trying to say is use this plant and you'll understand, yeah? Just use it. Just find out about it, and not just for medicine. Right, I'm so lucky because I know how to make clothes out of it. I know how to make build. I'm talking to a man that's an Egyptologist. We know the pyramids were built out of this bloody stuff. I'm talking to another man about something else. Right, honestly, this plant is life. Jack, look, Casper worked with Jack, and Jack, I read his book from back to front and forwards and backwards and everything, right, and Jack, but it's even more than what Jack understood, and Jack knows that, yeah.
That's right.
And Casper knows that. It's everything. It's not just about this medicine that rebuilds your bones and makes your brain work and makes everything fucking normal again. Right, it gives us everything we want, fuel and fibre. It can make, you won't believe what it can do. Just go and do it. Just go and do it. Just accept it. Yeah, because the other world ain't got nothing to offer us.
That's right, listeners. So what Steve is saying is because we are composed of these same elements, that we have them in our bodies. We have this endocannabinoid system, and in our bodies, we need it. We need it, especially we have these whole vehicles in certain parts of our body just for it, that it's to keep you healthy. That the reason that we have all of these medical crises now is because we are multi-generational cannabinoid deficient, and that comes from a close friend's quote, Dawn Darrington, because if I said it without quoting her, I know she'd get after me, but multi-generations of we have depleted our body of what we have needed to live with the use of cannabis, the whole family, from beginning to end. It's one family. It's there to get you sufficient.
Oh, Beth, you put that so well. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's why we are so excited about being able to share this with other individuals. We have our seniors class coming up on the 26th of September, like I said, at Choice Wellness, where we're going to help seniors understand this more, understand the power of it, move them from gardeners to growers. Then we have another one we're so excited about on insulated grow caves. We've come up with a new way to help individuals grow in these colder environments. And then the last series class we have are for master growers already to help them. It's an ergonomic class and help them understand how to save their necks, their backs, move them into more business area, understanding what cannabis futures are, kind of lifting them up to that next level of awareness.
Oh, listen to this woman. All you people, listen to her. She's singing songs to you. Huh?
She is. Yes. Casper, have you been hearing about the Cannabis Futures reports?
No, I haven't.
Yes, they are very interesting, Steve, just the same way as you'd have hemp futures, or you'd have oat futures or corn futures that you're estimating what these prices would be. We now have a cannabis futures index, and it's wonderful. What it really means is that cannabis and the whole industrial hemp, cannabis, the whole thing together is becoming more and more accepted into typical society, and that's really that's the exciting part.
Hey, I love you guys.
Oh, we love you guys. Well, we love you guys. We are just, I know, we just get going, and we have fun. We have prizes, even for the growers. We have Sunmaster, and we want to give them a quick plug and thank them very much.
We're giving them each a baby.
Because yes, we're going to be taking care of our seniors and growers, but we even have Big Sunmaster has just donated these wonderful bulbs and other.
Oh, they're great lights, aren't they? They're brilliant lights.
Yes,
Oh,
and growers need a break. If I've got a little bit of time, I'm going to give a plug to growers. Growers, you are, whether you're outside or inside, you're doing a great job. Don't give up. You hang in there. We know it's hard hours. We know you're hauling. We know you're digging, but you're with the girls, and that makes you feel really, really good. We appreciate you. We know that there's a lot of places that don't appreciate you, but we appreciate you because if it wasn't for growers, and Steve, you are the grower of growers, if it wasn't for growers, we wouldn't have them.
No. Actually, I'm going to have to twist that around. It's Mr. Muse that were the growers, you see, because us outdoor boys, we've always had it easy, right? Mm-hmm. It's the boys that have put it indoors and had to learn how to do it. They're the boys that really learned it, and they're the boys that deserve the respect. Now, times are going to change. We all know that, yeah? That's what happens, but respect goes out to anybody that's ever grown one plant in one cupboard. Respect to you. And anybody that's growing on a bigger style, respect to you. Because us outdoor boys, we've had it easy, man. We just put a seed in the ground and it fucking grows. there ain't no good going like that.
That's in places it's very dangerous to do it. But
and the legality and all that. So all the indoor boys, man, right, bless you. Yeah, whatever you've been using, bless you. Yeah?
Organic,
non-organic, even with any way that they've been growing, any way they've been trying, respect, yeah?
That's right, and I love your comment, Steve. I love it, that once you try it, you will never go back. What we know from research is that seniors choose to grow when they choose. They grow in low numbers. We're talking about 2 or 3, but they're 2 or 3 plants of the medicine that they need. Even Alan Franklin.
I'll go Harry on you, right? And I say, most probably your listeners think I'm crazy on him, so I'll go Harry on you. You see, it don't matter whether it's 1 plant or 2 plant or 3 plant. If you love it.
I know, and that's what we're trying. That's right.
One plant is 1,000 plants of one love plant.
But we're trying to help seniors understand that it's just what they need to just keep them healthy and to enjoy being with the plant and watching the plant grow. It's all about just
watching it grow. It's unbelievable. Even in a tent, in a window, wherever you watch it, she's a beautiful plant. Yeah. Hey, do you know the Queen? Do you know the Queen of England, right? She goes to a flower show it's like a big flower show in England, yeah? And the Queen supports it. It's like really going back like 400 years. And one year, a guy called Colin Davis, who fixed his multiple sclerosis with it, right? He got to the front of the queue and he wrapped up a load of fucking marijuana plants. Because like at this show, everybody gives her flowers because it's a flower show. And she accepts them. And he gave her a big bunch of marijuana plants. And she said, no, seriously, she's real. And I've got the pictures and everything. It was in the British press. And she sort of smelt them. She went, they smell really nice.
Oh, that's wonderful.
See, Victoria used it. You know they used it. Prince Charles has said it's great for MS. It's a wonderful plant.
For God's sake. Really no, let's do some history here as well. The only queen or king that's never used cannabis in this bloody British history is this one we got at the moment. Queen Victoria used it. Like, oh my God, they've been. King Henry VIII made laws about it, and Queen Elizabeth. She said, if you don't grow it, I'm going to hang you, and she did. Oh my God, no, British history. The only queen we've ever had is it's her. This fucking one we got at the moment, she's anti-cannabis. And look what's happened to Britain. I mean, I'm not saying Britain was great. It was a fucking robbing fucking bunch of bastards, right? And I'm not British. I came from Nordic land. I've been there for a long time, but my God, what she's done at the moment, she's a fucking robbing old bitch. She is. She's still fucking gold. She fucking gives children vaccinations. She invests in fucking, oh my God, she's awful. Oh, I can't wait for the British people to fucking take her off and chop her head off. I'll be there at the fucking...
Well,
I'm not
history will repeat itself. I mean, you know, that's a quote. If you don't know your history, you're going to do that again.
We've done
yeah. I have to ask you this question, though. The new song. Tell us about the new song.
Which new song?
The new Tony Macaroni song.
Macaroni song.
I ain't got a clue. I've not been in touch with Tony for ages. Ask Casper about that. I don't know nothing. I've been out growing ganja and living on fucking hills with Rastaman and in Romanian fucking forest. I don't know nothing about music.
I thought that was you. Casper, are you there?
Oh, no.
I guess not. Oh, I love that. I was ready to sing the old song, and the old song I hop up and down to because it's got that happy beat.
Trust me, listeners, she does.
I do. I really do. I hop in place and I skip because it gets you charged up. I think we'll go and post that song as well. We really. So what else, Steve? What else is going on? Hemp Fest is this weekend. Everyone will be at Seattle. A great big plug for Hemp Fest. Casper's going to be there. There's going to be so many speakers. There's going to be bands. There's going to be information booths. We're going to be there. If you don't see us, once again, it's seniormedicalcannabis@gmail.com and at Facebook, Senior Medical Cannabis. We're just so happy.
Yeah, and also, Hemp Fest is an ongoing tradition. It gets larger every year. Hundreds of thousands of people attend, and the city of Seattle for one day seems to come together as a cannabis community. And I'd just like to thank our friends Vivian McPeak and Sharon Whitson, who have been bringing us this event year after year after year, despite some of those years were rather hostile and cannabis wasn't as popular. But they've done a wonderful job. And I believe we're about to take over 8 city parks, and he is gladly handing them over.
Absolutely, absolutely. And listeners, listen, the point is that generates when you have an event like that. And Steve, you can talk with that because last year when you were in England, you went to the Vegan Fest and the festivals. And this generates millions of dollars of revenue, hotels, restaurants, new products. Last year we saw a transdermal patch, which was brand new for the market. Go to it, individuals. Seniors go, juniors go. Have a great time. I want you to bring water. We've got YouTube videos on it. You're going to need to bring something to keep yourself cool and have a great time. Also, please bring walkie-talkies. Your cell phones may or may not work, but definitely if you're going to go, walkie-talkies are the way. Steve, what else? It's festival time. We're good at these hints.
When are you going to join us at Hemp Fest?
Soon. I'm allowed into America. I'm going back to Jamaica in November. I'm going to spend some time in America too. Again, they're talking about money, right? And we're most probably now starting to open up because for years we've spoken inside of our own group, and I think now we're starting to open up to other people, and other people, wherever you are, you got to understand that people like Casper and Beth and Muse and myself, we've only ever been self-financing, right? And one of the big problems about the industry, I don't even like to call it an industry because it's a new earth, it really needs your support financially, So give a little bit of money, because we can go forward, and all the people that I know, like Casper and Beth, I'm not trying to make a big story here, but we've worked tiredly without money, and we've worked really hours that people, I know people that look at me and go, why have you done that? Why you're working all them hours, man, for what? My father was the best one. He said, have you made any money out of this? And I have to look at him and go, no, I've fucking spent fortunes, but I've made the money. As it opens up, we need to support money. And I don't mean to be like trying to grab it, but help us out here because we're helping you. We put thousands and thousands. Casper and Beth and Chris Conrad and Jack Head died of pauper. Can you believe that? He died of fucking pauper.
That's right. Mary Lynn and Al, all of that. Yes, support time for hemp.
Support time for them.
Absolutely. Support time for hemp. And I want to say something to dispensaries and in Washington, I-502 stores. If you don't have time for hemp, we were speaking about this today, you don't have time for hemp, which is a 24-hour station, going ahead and giving information in your dispensaries, in your I-502 locations. Shame on you. I should come. I will be visiting you, and I'm going to go talk with you. I'm a short blonde, and boy, I'm going to get after you big time because you need to be sharing that information with patients. And you could do that just as simply as having that nice light music right there, and they can be learning. It's a great way.
You know,
seriously, who's coming in? Go Moose.
I think the only thing I would add to that is that I think we're all in this because we have a passion for cannabis, and for whether you divide it into sativa, indica, ruderalis, or call it hemp by legal definition.
Call it what you want. Call it weed, man.
We love this plant, and those who are in it for the money, those are typically people who have not been involved in cannabis for a long time, and they don't have the deeper connection to the plant. But I would say, and certainly, it's none of us have gotten rich by doing this. But I would like to just give a shout out to the hundreds, if not thousands, of medical dispensaries and their employees who work day in and day out, and the growers.
All right, that's a wrap.
Team. That's it.
Yep. Say goodnight.
You are something else.
Well, I put in your window a while back that you had 1 minute to wrap it up.
Oh, you are so.
He's so harsh, isn't he? He's such a big when he wants to be.
We were
love the cat stuff.
That's right.
I mean, we were talking about
Yeah, we were. You know what? It's so nice to talk with you, Steve. It was just so nice.
All right, so I'm going to do a 3, 2, 1, and you can do your good night and your URLs.
Right. Okay.
Fuck off, fat ball cunt.
3.
Sweet dreams. I got to get ready for another meeting. You go back to sleep. Hugs to everybody over there in Transylvania. Okay.
Love.
Love. Namaste. Soon.
Everything. Soon.
Next year. That's right.
Next
year in Jamaica.
You are listening to the Time for Hemp Global Broadcasting Network. Please share us with your friends.